Hello, I'm Becca, and I am going to show you a very good recipe, which is a keto cheesecake. This is a low carb cheesecake. You can enjoy it whether or not you are doing the keto diet. My husband and I are. We've done it before, been very successful, but this is delicious regardless of whether or not you're doing it. Now, if you aren't doing anything low sugar or low carb or keto, it might not be as sweet as you traditionally would think about a cheesecake being. This does not have a crust, although I do have a recipe for a crust. But it's still very, very good, and it's very filling, high in fat. So if you're doing keto, you want high fat, low carb. And it's my saving grace. Anytime I'm doing any kind of program, I have to have one thing that I can look forward to at the end of the day. I'm good about being very strict on anything. If I know at the end of the day I've got a reward waiting for me. So I wanted to show this to you. I love it. Matt loves it. My cousin loves it. My mom loves it. This one's actually going to be for her. So anyway, let's get started. What you need is 3 blocks. So 3 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese, softened, which actually I'm going to stick mine in the microwave for about maybe 30 seconds. Just long enough to soften up. You don't want it to be liquid, but you want it to be soft enough for your machine. You will also need 1 whole cup of sweetener. I use stevia sweetener. And then you will need 1/3 cup of sour cream, 4 eggs, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so this was already at room temperature, but I went ahead and put it in the microwave for just a few more minutes. Like I said, I like it to be extra room temperature because it makes it a lot smoother when it's going in the mixer. So, or when it's mixing up. So you're just going to stick this in your mixer. And yes, I recommend using a mixer. If you don't have one, you can use a hand mixer. If you don't have either, your arms are going to get really, really tired. And you're going to want this to be a little bit warmer, or like room temperature for like few hours, so it's super soft. So what you'll do is you are going to beat this in your mixer. Mix that over to the side for about 1 to 3 minutes, just until it's super smooth. You don't have any of those lumps in there any longer, and it's nice and smooth. I keep my rubber scraper handy so that I can kind of scrape it off the sides just to make sure it all gets in the beaters to get nice and smooth. All right, and I'll take this out here real quick and show you the consistency. So all cream cheese. It looks like frosting, but it's all cream cheese, nice and smooth, no big clumps or anything. So you stick that back in there. You are going to then add your 1 cup of sweetener. Yeah, 1/3 cup of sour cream. You're going to add that to the mixture all at once. And then you're going to add your vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, or you can just do a capful, which is typically about a teaspoon. I don't. I just pour until I think it's enough because like I said, I love vanilla. This is Mexican vanilla, straight from Mexico. And you can use whatever vanilla you want. It's just my preference. I probably use closer to 2 teaspoons. Do you have to? No. Is it going to overpower anything? No. Is it going to be lacking if you don't have it? No. So you're just going to mix that about a minute. Again, just long enough to get the ingredients in. You don't want to overbeat this. And stop that. The reason you don't want to overbeat this is because if you get too much air in the mixture, it's not going to set to the best of its ability. It's going to set just fine if you overbeat it, but typically cheesecakes that have been overbeaten have a lot of cracks on the top. I try to stick, my goal is always 1 or no cracks. I always have at least 1, sometimes 2 or 3. So then you've got your eggs. I've got ours from our chickens here. I've washed them off because you don't want anything nasty cracking down in there. And you're going to add each egg and then mix individually for about 30 seconds maybe. That was what, 15 seconds maybe? And you're gonna add your next one. You're gonna repeat this process for each of these eggs. So here we go. So now I'll show this to you. You've got your delicious cheesecake. All right, I'm gonna get these off of here before I've got a mess, because just for the video, there's no sense in making a mess. Smart, not hard. All right, stick that out of the way. You're gonna use a springform pan. I guess I don't have to have that over here. This one I think is like an 8-inch maybe. I don't know. You're going to pour all, this is already sprayed, you're gonna spray it. You're going to pour all of your mixture in here. Scrape it all in, scrape it all in. Occasionally I'll see where there's like a clump of cheese, like cream cheese going in there where I didn't mix it long enough or didn't scrape the side as I was going along, like here in the bottom. Let me show, I'll even show it to you. Like here in the bottom, you can see some cream cheese that didn't get caught in the mix. So here it is, the cheesecake. I'm not gonna dip it around because it is a liquid. You're gonna put this in the oven at 350 for about 50 to 55 minutes. When you pull it out, it'll continue to cook. So if you pull it out at 50, it's fine. If you pull it out at 55, it's not gonna overcook. Just 50 to 55, so it's nice golden brown. And I'll show you when we pull this out, it's gonna rise. It's gonna be probably over the top of this, but then it'll settle back down. You wanna put it on another pan when you put it in the oven, because sometimes when it rises, it might overflow. So my oven's already preheated. I'm gonna just stick it in there for about 50 to 55 minutes. And I'll show you guys what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. All right, the oven is about to go off. The timer, we've got 15 seconds left. I think we can go ahead and pull it in because I set mine for 55 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear off my timer, turn off the oven. Two buttons. Here it goes. All right, so you see how high up that is? Now look, I got a lot of cracks in there. I told you, it ain't perfect. It's gonna taste the same regardless. You are not going to pull the sides of the springform pan off until this has a lot of time to set. So mine, once they're at room temperature, I put them in the fridge, but it's delicious. Once it all is cooled down, look at my face. Once it's all cooled down, you'll just undo the springform, lift the sides off, the base will stay underneath until it's all gone. So I just cover mine in foil and eat a piece a day. Now, just like a pro, I went ahead and took the last piece from my last cheesecake and saved it for when I did this. You can have a few blueberries if you're keto. If you're not keto, you can stick whatever the heck you want on there. Just a couple things of little dollops of whipped cream, whipped topping. So delicious. So look, woo, lost a blueberry under my finger. It's not very thick. That's how low it'll settle. So here it was about you can already see it settling. About 2.5, 3 inches tall. Once you pull it out, it settles down pretty quick. See how it's already settling down in the pan. You can see about how deep it is. You're about an inch from the top of the pan there now already. And it's just gonna sink down in there. But it's so good. So I'm going to show you a piece all settled. So we're talking maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick right there. That's it. So enjoy. I've always thought about mixing in different things, like maybe crushing some blueberries and mixing it in there for like a swirl. The same with strawberry. I thought, and one day, I will get adventurous enough to try it. So for now, I'm going to enjoy this because I just had my lunch. And I'm gonna have this as my dessert. So enjoy.